Merchants Bank. First Merchants Bank, helping you prosper.
Put it in the upper right-hand corner, just like a postage stamp. That's a good bingo.
Get ready to learn more about the Columbus Blue Jackets players and coaches, as well as find out what's going on this week in the NHL. Now let's join Bob McElligott and Jody Shelley for the Inside Edge, presented by First Merchants Bank.
And we are back, and so are the Blue Jackets, getting set for their game on Saturday at Nationwide Arena. They will take on the Chicago Blackhawks, coming out of the Four Nations face-off break, which we've been on for a week and a half now, and it'll be just about 2 weeks by the time the game is played on Saturday. So, Jody, when there's no NHL hockey for a couple of weeks, you would think, well, what are you going to talk about? But this Four Nations face-off thing has been incredible. I don't know how you felt about it going into it, but I kept asking myself for a long time, why are they doing this? I mean, I'm okay with the tournament, I guess, but, like, to me, Russia's not a part of it. Ovechkin is chasing Gretzky. The whole time I was like, okay, well, yeah, but. And then they started playing the games. And yeah, but turned into, wow, what a great idea this was. Yeah. Especially the way it's gone with the U.S. and Canada already meeting once and the U.S. winning a big game there, and now the two going to get together for the championship tomorrow night. This time in Boston, the first time was in Montreal. As a former player, as a fan of the game, what have been your thoughts if you sat and watched these games?
Oh, it's been incredible. And, there was a lot of, I think, question marks going in, and some people even thought, would this just be a glorified all-star game? And I never grasped that concept because, when we're around players that were picked and weren't picked to go to this team and interacting with a few of them, there was a lot of disappointment with the players that weren't chosen to go for their countries. And the players that were, like for us, Zach Werenski, he was ecstatic. I mean, you could see him getting excited as this got closer. And when he got announced on the team, it was a big achievement for him. And these guys are proud to wear their country's colors. And I think it's been a great tease to the Olympics next year. I think it's been a phenomenal display for hockey. But going in, again, we were all unsure. And to see the teams and the players grasp the atmosphere in Montreal. And, the last game was Sweden, United States, and it was for nothing. But still, you could see guys were getting injured. Guys were blocking shots. Guys were laying out. Guys were getting hit. So I love that they're all in. I'm envious that we weren't in those buildings, and now it's moved to Boston for tomorrow night. I think the fans, the players, they know what they're a part of, and I think they've done a phenomenal job of grasping the atmosphere in the moments.
I actually saw some mixed reviews about the start of that U.S.-Canada game. Three fights, 9 seconds. Yeah, but what I was surprised by was there were some people that I thought would enjoy that start that didn't, that felt that hockey was missing out on an opportunity to showcase itself on U.S. national network television by starting like that. And I'm thinking to myself, have you not seen what the UFC ratings are these days? I mean, it not only does it sell, but it is still a part of the game. And look, I was shocked that there were 3 fights in 9 seconds, right? I wasn't shocked that there was a second fight after Matthew Tkachuk was involved in the first one and his brother was standing on the ice looking for a dance partner. So that one didn't surprise me. The third one did. But, I would assume most people would think, as I ask you this question, based on what your role in this league used to be, they know your answer, but I'm going to ask you, what did you think about the start of that game, especially with those 3 scraps? I was shocked. I was in Erie, Pennsylvania, at my daughter's hockey tournament with the 14U girls. We just finished a game. We sat down. We got a bit of the pregame, and we're at a wings place, and all of a sudden the start is like that, and everybody in this place was going crazy. We all couldn't believe what was going on. And, we can all have our opinion, but until you wear your jersey, until you're in front of 20,000 fans, and you are in that moment, and it is an option to do,
I don't think you can really criticize what they did. I thought it was awesome. I mean, hockey is hockey. It's full of emotion, passion, pride, and moments like that. It just, I think there was guys on the bench that were like, "Wow, this is incredible." So I thought it was great. It set the tone for the rest of the tournament in that way, and it builds a lot of anticipation for tomorrow night's game, because Canada lost the game in Canada, and the big boys didn't really get going. I mean, there was McKinnon, Crosby, McDavid. Those guys tried to get going, but the defense of the United States and the goaltending of Connor Hellebuck shut it down. But to me, it moved the needle. And if you saw any highlights, I don't know if you remember any of them except the start of that game, and kind of set the tone.
Yes, absolutely. And I think they said that game in particular was 4.4 million viewers. It spiked at 5.2. My speculation is it spiked at 5.2 million about 11 seconds into the first period.
Of course.
After everything started popping up on social media, right?
I mean, I couldn't stop watching after that first period. And then as the game settled in, I found myself turning away a little bit and eating my wings, but you still had the sound on, and it was just back and forth. But the amazing level of hockey. I mean, when you see great players on their individual teams, you see them stand out. But when you see them with other great players and seeing how lines have been changed, and the Tkachuk brothers got put together in that game pretty quick. They weren't on the same line at first, but there's elements within a line. There's players who are better with other players. There's good players that need guys that can carry the puck a little more or draw attention away. And you look at Crosby in Pittsburgh, it's always been that way. It's been guys that can kind of distract and also carry the play. But to watch these guys play with such speed and intelligence together, they must be having a blast.
I agree. And I thought to myself, watching the games, all the games, quite frankly, I thought, boy, Saturday's game is going to look slow.
Yeah.
And really, in the National Hockey League game is not slow, but when you're watching these players do the things you just talked about, I mean, it is at another level.
Well, I look at Zach Werenski, and I think we have such a high level of appreciation for him here in this Blue Jackets market. And, I felt like in the first half of the year, a lot of people, we'd go into the building, they'd be like, yeah, Werenski's really good, huh? And it's like, and you probably encounter the same thing where it's like, yeah, he's actually one of the best defensemen in the National Hockey League.
He's been really good for a long time.
Yeah.
You just didn't notice.
But now to see him on this stage and see him start on the second pair and then on the second power play and be moved to the first power play. I know John Tortorella is the assistant coach. I know Torts is probably, in his corner too, but Zach Werenski, to me, still is not talked about enough. I know he is now because he has 5 points. He's one of the leaders in points for the whole tournament. But just the plays he makes, how he skates, how he reads the play, I hope this really elevates him to the front of the Norris conversation. I really do. And I think for Zach, I think that this was one of his this is one of the highlights of this season, was to get on this team and produce for Team USA and help his team here. But I think now, looking at the second half or this last part of the season, getting into the playoffs and cementing himself in that conversation at the top, I think that, it's fun for him. 82 games, to have something like these things to look forward to, I think it plays a big part in what he's doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, for a lot of these players, well, every single one of these players, another reason it was really important to make it on a team in this tournament is because you've got the same management, the same coaching staff going to take next year's team to the Olympics.
Yeah.
So, you obviously have an advantage if you're playing right now and playing at the level these guys are.
Well, I think these guys are taught at a young age, at 15, 16, when they first get an opportunity to wear their team, their country's colors, that, okay, you're in the organization and you're on the radar. And I think the understanding of that, and you see it with look at the 4 countries. Sweden has a very good national program, and those guys, it's together. I think Finland is a great example as well. They play the same way. They understand their game. They know what they're a part of. I love the stories coming about those guys' level of appreciation and comfort of just speaking their own language for a couple weeks and being around peers and players that they've grown up with and trained with. And when you look at Canada and the United States program, there is a lot of pride and there's a lot of prestige in being a part of it. And I don't know if I didn't realize it a few years ago as much as I do now, that this means a lot for these players to be involved in the way they make the teams, the way guys fit in, and then the guys that are trying to get into that conversation for next year in the Olympics.
Zach Werenski was playing with Charlie McAvoy at the start of this tournament. Charlie McAvoy is now out. He is injured. He's not going to play against Canada. That's going to be a big blow for the United States because McAvoy almost single-handedly shut down Connor McDavid after he scored the first goal of that game in the first matchup between these two teams. Now it's really interesting. They have 6 healthy defensemen. Jake Sanderson, Jeff Sanderson's son, is in for the U.S. right now, but they have also brought in Quinn Hughes, who was supposed to be on the team. Because of injury, he backed out, and that's how Sanderson got into the mix. Quinn Hughes is there. He cannot practice. He cannot be on the ice with the team unless there is another injury and or illness before that game tomorrow night. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, by rule, you've got one of the best defensemen, some would say the best defenseman in the National Hockey League sitting on the sidelines, and you'd love to have him in that game, but it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like Hughes is 100% either. I mean, there's a dynamic of that as well. As of course he wants to play. His team is second wild card in Vancouver in the West right now. There's a lot of things. Yep. I know it's one game. He's traveling across the country after a break. I don't know.
He practiced in Vancouver yesterday and then flew back to Boston.
Yep. And to me, I think that, of course, the perfect scenario is that he could just jump right in. They made the rules. The rules have been made before the tournament, and the rules were put in place for specific reasons. I'm not exactly sure why, if he wasn't on the team and wasn't eligible, but I guess it's just for that reason, that not to put players in situations where they're not in the tournament but still thinking about being in the tournament. That's a tough spot to be. So there have been a number of injuries. Who knows? We'll see how this plays out. But it is the hot button topic right now around the National Hockey League. It's because Hughes and the impact of one game playing with his brother. There's so yeah. But for the team, for the excitement of both teams now, I just cannot wait to watch that puck drop tomorrow night. And our alumni fantasy camp starts tomorrow, so we have 20 campers coming in, and we're going to sit around and watch that game together.
Oh, and that'll be great. Speaking of brothers, the Tkachuks are both back in the lineup for Team USA. Austin Matthews sat out the last game with upper body soreness. He is back. Surprise, surprise. Everybody's in.
That game meant nothing.
Right.
They were playing Sweden. Rest your guys, whoever you can rest. And Matthews has had an interesting year in Toronto where he's missed a considerable amount of time with a back injury. And, with the number of days between games, he's going to be playing probably 15, 16 minutes. So, let him sit that one out and get ready for tomorrow night.
And if you go back to that last game against Canada, offensively, he wasn't a contributor. Defensively, though, we've talked about this all year with Adam Fantilli in particular about the defensive plays that he is now making. Austin Matthews was fantastic defensively, which is good because in the third period, the U.S. was just trying to pack it in and shut it down. But they're going to, I would think, need his offense tomorrow, too.
Yeah, and, he's one of the many focuses for Canada when you're playing against him, but he'll get his chances. I mean, the defense has been, you don't admire defense, but these players are bought in, and it really shows on the way that a superstar like Matthews is playing.
One last thing on this before we break. Jordan Binnington is in goal for Canada. He has been throughout this entire tournament. That's a bit of a hot-button topic issue in Canada, too. Did they leave a better goalie off the roster, and are they weaker in that position than they could have been? What's your opinion?
I think there's all factors. I don't know. I think you got to look at the kind of a teammate. There's been coaches that have coach different goalies. There were probably options. When you don't have the clear-cut number one, well, listen, U.S., Ottinger, Hellebuck. I mean, we're talking about two of the top 5 goalies in the world. And, Canada doesn't have that right now. And Bennington, there's a relationship there with the general manager of Canada and Doug Armstrong. And I don't mind it. I mean, he can carry you through a game. And I like that they've picked one guy and stuck with him so they don't have a major problem on their hands. And now the players understand how to play in front of him. And he's got something to prove after losing to the U.S. on the first game against each other. So I think there's any time a team loses a big game, you have that question. When there's other players that are available, you have that question. If they lose the game tomorrow, if Canada loses tomorrow night, that'll be a big topic for a long time.
Yeah, it will. All right, speaking of questions, what is the Blue Jackets lineup going to look like when they hit the ice on Saturday night against the Chicago Blackhawks at Nationwide Arena? One guy that is a big question mark. I don't think it's much of a question, but we're going to find out. We're going to ask him a lot of questions. Is Boone Jenner going to return to the lineup? Is he going to play his first game of the year this weekend? He got hurt at the end of training camp, hasn't played a single game yet. Is he back? We're going to find out. Boone Jenner will join us as the Inside Edge presented by First Merchants Bank continues here on 97.1 The Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
How'd you like to wipe out all that credit card debt to start the new year off right? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Stop getting fleeced by the credit card companies. If you own your home, go to AFLcash.com now. Advantage First Lending can help you unlock that equity and get you tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's AFLcash.com. You can pay off all your credit cards and other high-interest debt super fast. Consolidate all your bills into one low monthly payment. AFLcash.com can help you tap into your home's equity to give you some serious cash so you can go into 2025 with less stress and more confidence. Get the cash you need from Advantage First Lending now. Most homeowners don't even need an appraisal. How great is that? Get on solid financial footing. Go to AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. 844-394-CASH.
Equal Housing Lender. NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Military veterans and active duty service members, you could become a certified cyber warrior with just 12 weeks of training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, and IT pros with these skills often enjoy abundant opportunity and a great lifestyle. Protect our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. GI Bill, SkillBridge, and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't get in, that's are us.
Hi, here are some ways to listen to The Fan. You can download the Fan app or listen at home on your smart speaker or open up the iHeartRadio app or hold your head out the window and hear Common Man scream. Happy listening from the Dopes at The Fan.
These days, it feels like everyone is talking about how the American dream of homeownership has become out of reach for so many of us. Well, Rocket is trying to give us more of a chance to own our homes. They're making homeownership simpler and more accessible to more people, turning renters into owners. Rocket believes that every one of us deserves a shot at the American dream. So, are you ready? Own the dream. Visit Rocket.com or call 800-4ROCKET.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on singlecare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to singlecare.com or download the free app today.
Let's talk interest rates. Not that kind of interest. I mean interest in you. At First Merchants Bank, we are 100% interested in your success. Our bankers provide a level of attentiveness unlike any other. We're here to get to know you and to be a helpful partner in your financial success. Aren't you tired of your bank just saying they care about your business? Make the switch to First Merchants Bank and feel the difference of real, honest interest in you. First Merchants Bank. For a better banking experience, visit firstmerchants.com/switch, helping you prosper.
You hear that crunch? It's not just any crunch. It's cheesy to the edge crust that only comes from a Jets Detroit-style pizza. Hand-pressed dough topped with premium mozzarella, the freshest ingredients, and ladled with Mama Jet's secret sauce. Then baked to perfection in steel pans born on Motor City lines. I bet you're real hungry now. Go ahead. Visit jetspizza.com for daily hot deals. Jets. Better because it has to be.
Bread Financial is proud to be the official financial services partner of your Columbus Blue Jackets. They provide simple, personalized payment, lending, and saving solutions. From the Bread Cashback American Express credit card to high-yield savings and CDs to buy now, make that score now, pay later options, you'll find financial solutions for your budget and your goals, hockey or otherwise. Learn more at breadfinancial.com. And let's go Blue Jackets.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Light winds out there, fair skies, and temperatures still cold in the low 20s on this Wednesday. Overnight, we'll see scattered snow showers moving in between a half inch and an inch of accumulation by the time you roll out on Thursday morning. During the day, we'll see blustery conditions, temperatures in the low 20s, and a few snow showers through Thursday evening. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
You're listening to The Inside Edge.
Sponsored by Visit Central Florida.
Here's Bob McElligott and Jody Shelley.
Welcome back to The Inside Edge, presented by First Merchants Bank. Bob McElligott and Jody Shelley with you, and we are so pleased to be joined by the captain of your Columbus Blue Jackets, Boone Jenner, who is with us. And Boone, I'm just going to ask you flat out right off the bat, are you playing on Saturday?
Well, I mean, I feel great, 100% back in practice. My goal is to play Saturday. See how the next couple of days go, but I definitely feel ready to go.
All right, so you just wanted to get it out there. That's everybody's question. I mean, it's the easiest question I ever asked in my life. So, but it's great to see you. And I mean, how happy are you you're finally at this point? Because it had to be just grueling for you for months to have to watch your teammates play and not to be able to be a part of what's going on here.
Yeah, it was a challenge for sure. Different kind of challenge. Just the way it was, last day of training camp. Got a few preseason games in, but no regular season games, no nothing with the guys when it really mattered. So that was tough. You train all summer, you prepare yourself, get ready to go, and then something, out of your control kind of like that happens. And, you got to focus on something else, and that's getting healthy. That's doing your rehab, getting your shoulder back to where it needs to get to. And it's been a long process as I look back. I mean, that was a tough time, but try to flip my mindset as soon as possible to do what I can do and what I can control of, my rehab and, getting in good shape and checking all the boxes off so I can, get to this point. And it's been a while, but, it's the whole time you want to be out there with the guys. And as much as you want to be around and you're around on practice days and game days at home, you're just not involved enough or as much as you're used to with the guys on the road trips and being part of games and being in the battle with them. So excited for that again. As Jody and I were talking about this earlier today, you didn't finish last year's regular season, and then you haven't even started this year's regular season. So it's been a long time since you've played in a meaningful game. However, you're jumping right into the midst of a playoff race when you get back into this lineup, whenever that may be, Saturday maybe. How much are you looking forward to that part of it? Yeah. Thanks for the reminder. I mean, I've been thinking about that a lot. So it's been a long time, and lots to play for personally, just to get back in there. But the way the guys have battled all year and got us to this position where we are right now, and the fight we're in for a playoff spot. I mean, there's 26 games left. I don't know how many weeks, but can't be more than much more than 2 months here of hockey left, where kind of all comes down to this with each game's going to get bigger and bigger for us. So it's been like that since, I don't even know, I mean, December or whenever you kind of can see the standings and where they're headed. So very exciting to be back playing that meaningful hockey, and see where we can get to as a group here. Just can't look too far ahead. I mean, like I said, there's 26 games, and we got the stadium series and stuff, but as a group, we're focused on Saturday.
I'm sure on the road trip you were probably trying to get in those games. I don't know, but I'm sure once you're out there skating and wanting to get back with the team. But when you watch this team, you're not coming back at a time where it's not meaningful hockey. And like you said, the outdoor game, that's a big deal. You're going to have probably a lot of friends and family in town. That's an event. Mm-hmm. And then you have the rest of the season. And, when you're the captain and you come back and your team's not playing well, you probably try to do too much. But for you now, you just got to come in and find out where you slot in and be a piece of this. What's that feeling like for you? Like, what are you going through mentally to be like, all right, I just want to fit in and help the team?
Yeah.
That's probably good for you right now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm not going to try to do too much. I mean, they've, I just want to, get my feet under me and learning the system. I mean, it's been a different system and things that we do. So all that, adjustments, but really just trying to focus on my game and what I bring and just, control that. And, I think the way that we've played as a group, guys are playing for each other. Guys are, you can really see that. So just try to jump in there with them and continue that on and try to help in any way I can. Like you said, we've been having success lately, and I think it's just, guys are playing the right way, guys are buying in, and that's all I want to do coming back is, buy into what we're doing here and, do my part. And, I think that's the way we've been going, is everyone's been a big part of it.
I want to ask you, because we've been talking about Zach Werenski's leadership all year. From where you stand, and you've known Zach since he walked in this locker room with this team, how impressed are you, and what have you noticed?
Yeah, I mean, definitely some huge steps. I mean, not even on the ice that you guys or everyone can see from the outside, but in the locker room as well. And I think just the way he carries himself is he's got the leadership qualities. And obviously the way he's been playing this year has just been, kind of taken us to another level. And it's his play that drives us. He's been the backbone for us. Driving offense, but also, playing hard minutes and a ton of minutes and penalty killing and against top guys. So he's been doing it all for us all season. And, it's a very big testament to his leadership and what he had to step into. And I think he continues to grow there. And I can't say enough about, how that's trickled down into our locker room and helped other guys, helped our group. And, he'll just continue to get better at it as well.
Yeah, I think the off-ice stuff, Bob, that's what we've noticed the most is just he'll kind of say something in the media, which sometimes if you do that, you got to show up the next day and make sure you're, if it's unacceptable the night before, then show us what acceptable is the next day. And just from our vantage point, it seems like he's done that.
Yeah, no doubt. I think his play backs up a lot of, that and what he brings every night. He's been... There's no nights off for him, and you've seen that throughout the whole season. And special player, but definitely a big leader in our room, and someone that can drive the play for us. And has been doing it all and all year. So a lot of credit for him.
I feel like, and you're in it, but this has to be, and you haven't played a game yet, but this has to be a fun way to play, and this feels like Blue Jackets hockey, and we feel the appreciation from the entire city. Are you feeling that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's just, I don't know how to describe it, but it's a different feeling. Like you said, it really is, and I feel that in the locker room, and then I feel it when, I'm watching the guys play. It's it's a different feeling, and I think it's just that buy-in and the way guys are playing for each other, standing up for each other, and it's really like a team. We're all in it together. We're doing things for each other. We're I think maybe that lacked in the last couple of years, and I think watching the game you can feel that, but me specifically being in the locker room, it's just a different feeling in there, and guys really care for each other, and really guys just want to win.
We're talking with Blue Jackets captain Boone Jenner tonight here on the Inside Edge, presented by First Merchants Bank. Back with more after this on 97.1 The Fan.
If you're starting your day any other way, you're doing it wrong. Morning Juice with Bobby and Beamer.
Weekdays starting at 6.
The Fan.
Winter's here, and as the snow begins to pile up outside, you might find yourself dreaming of warmer days, sunshine, barbecues, fishing, maybe even thinking about those home projects you've been putting off for forever. Why wait for spring to start planning? Now's the perfect time to get ahead. With so many roofing, gutter, and siding companies out there, it can feel overwhelming to know where to begin. With over 30 years of experience and a focus on every detail, Newman Roofing makes it simple. As a family-owned business, they're dedicated to delivering an outstanding customer experience from your first phone call all the way through to the final touches on your home. When it comes to roofing, gutters, and siding, trust the name that's been a local favorite for decades, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
It's been a great run. Care Heating and Cooling has achieved goals I could only imagine 30 years ago. But now it's time for the next generation to take over. This is Mike Weens, now the retired founder of Care Heating and Cooling with my sons, Dennis and Ryan.
Dad, as Care grew over the years, you had many opportunities to sell Care to one of the big conglomerates that are buying companies all over Central Ohio. So tell our customers why you decided to keep Care in the family.
After talking about Care's values for over 30 years, I couldn't bear the thought of Care becoming the kind of company I was warning our customers about. I know the two of you will continue to treat our customers as I would, with honesty and integrity.
We will, Dad. In 2024, Care was awarded a BBB Torch Award for Ethics and was named the Lennox Partner of the Year. You don't earn those awards by leaving cat toys behind.
Call Care Heating and Cooling at 1-800-COOLING or schedule an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
Football season is here, and we have so much stuff. One station isn't enough. Find even more Pigskin on ESPN Columbus.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2, or listen on the Fan app.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
Next on Metro's Nada Yada Island podcast.
I almost fainted when the 4 new bombshells arrived. 4 free Samsung Galaxy A16 5G phones at Metro.
No way.
And finding out the 4th line is free. Oh, things got heated.
That's wild. Join Metro and get 4 free Samsung 5G phones. Only at Metro.
Plus tax. Bring 4 numbers and an ID and sign up for any Metro Flex plan. Not available currently at T-Mobile or have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
Back in the studio with a return visit from
Todd Schmelt.
Todd, the last time you were with us, you claimed to be
the dumbest person in Columbus.
You're being really hard on yourself.
Not in the least. You know what I got?
I hate to ask.
One of them thermostats with the dial and the needle. Woo, woo, woo.
Maybe that's not modern, but not...
What am I? Eli Whitney, Elias Howe, Johann Gertis?
I don't know who those people are.
Those are old-timey people from the 19th century, and that's me. Outdated, like my silly old thermostat.
Okay, look, you're not the dumbest guy in Columbus. You just haven't called Apex Pros.
The pros who knows?
Those guys. Whether it's the latest technology, fixing your furnace, or a brand new system, they know all the stuff so you don't have to.
I don't have to know it all?
Nah, you just have to know the pros who knows.
Apex Pros. I'm not the dumbest guy in Columbus.
I didn't even know who Johann Gertis was.
Inventor of the gas-powered unicycle. Look it up, doy.
Okay, you don't have to be me.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
It's our President's Day sales event all month long.
This event is big. You choose your rate. 0%, 1.9%, 2.9%, and up to a full 60 months on so many new Lindsay Hondas. And no trade-in required. This deal works with 0 down. 2025 CRVs and Ridgelines. Both only $299 a month. That's $299 a month. Visit LindsayHonda.com because this February is the time to
keep more presidents in your wallet with Lindsay Honda.
See LindsayHonda.com for details.
It's always hockey o'clock. This is the Inside Edge.
Sponsored by Visit Central Florida.
Here's Bob McElligott and Jody Shelley.
Welcome back to the Inside Edge, presented by First Merchants Bank. Bob McElligott and Jody Shelley, joined by Blue Jackets captain Boone Jenner tonight. As you have sat and watched the games unwillingly as a fan this year, have there been teammates that have kind of surprised you? And just watching, whether it's how quickly they have developed, whether it's how much they've developed, just guys that you've looked at it and went, wow, maybe I knew that was coming. I didn't know it was coming this quickly, or maybe I didn't even know that was there, and here we are.
I think there's a lot of them. It's hard to just pinpoint one guy, but you see steps that a lot of guys in our locker room have taken. If it's, Kirill Marchenko or Voronkov and, Sillinger, KJ, Fantilli, all these guys and the steps that they've taken. Even, Denton Matejchuk, how he came in and, been a really, really good player for us and really solid player for us at a young age for a defenseman is, it's hard to do, and he's doing it a heck of a job at it. So I think you can go down the list of how many guys have stepped up and kind of taken that next level, either on the ice or off the ice as well. So I think it's just everybody maturing, and I think that kind of goes hand in hand with, where we are as a group. I think you get a group of guys together and you build that trust and you start to lean on each other, push each other, and I think that's a healthy locker room, and I think that's what we have now where, I think everyone can be themselves in there, and everyone works for each other and, pushes each other at the end of the day too. So it's been great to see some steps from a lot of guys. I can go down the list.
You keep talking about this camaraderie that you have as a group, which is, it is very visible. It's very tangible, quite honestly. But when you see Kirill Marchenko come out to practice after breaking his jaw a couple of weeks ago, and he's got the bubble on, and he obviously wants to play. He's missed enough games. In his mind, he's ready to go back into the lineup. I'm watching him in practice today, and I'm like, did this guy miss any games? I mean, I know nobody's hitting him or leaning on him in practice, but he's out there sniping goals like he's done all year long. What does that say to you when you have a guy in that situation that is ready to jump right back in?
Yeah, and I talked to him right after it, and it didn't seem like he was going to be out too long. He's just that kind of guy. Right away he's like, I'll be back right away. Like, I don't know. It's he's worked hard over the break. Kept his legs in shape, and as long as the doctors say it's good, I'm sure he's going to play. That's just the type of guy he is, and he wants to be out there. He's got the bubble on, but he'll play through that, and. Obviously, I think he looked great today, too. Didn't look like he missed any time. So, a special player that, has been huge for us all year. And obviously, we would love to have him back as soon as possible from that injury. It's a tough one.
And you know exactly what that injury is like.
Yeah. It's different, though. He didn't get his mouth wired shut.
Yeah. So it's a little different that way.
A lot different. That would be miserable. I mean, that must have been miserable.
Yeah. It's terrible. I was going to give him some recipes, but thank God he didn't have to get it shut. So he can eat some food and stuff, which is nice, but a little different. But yeah, it still sucks. I mean, the wires are 6 weeks, no doubt. With them on. So for him to get surgery and be able to not have those and eat food and have it solid a lot quicker, it's been great for him, but also for us because he can come back quicker.
There's a spirit with this team, Boone, that after the tragedy to start the season, do you guys seem like you've embraced it in a way that's unexplainable, but to play for Johnny and the joy that he had, do you still feel that every day in the locker room?
Yeah, I definitely do. I think we talk about him a lot.
Like when he would leave the shower or leave the ring?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Just thinking of in certain situations, whatever it may be, like what Johnny would be saying or doing at that certain point. It's nonstop with that, but which is good. I mean, I think there's so many great memories and times that we've had with him, and so I think we continually talk about him and honor him in the room, and I think there's no doubt that's made us stronger as a group. So. We continue to play for him and his family, and it's a point for us. And something he'll always be with us. So, for us to, be able to do that is special, and he's a special part of our room.
In that tribute for Team USA, the player of the game, who the players pick as the player of the game, gets Johnny's jersey. And Brady Tkachuk got it first and put it on with the name and number facing out. So, and that was really cool. I thought, right?
I thought so too.
Yeah.
I mean, thoughtful, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing when you see players get it. But I just think of the energy with this group, how things are different. How we've always heard it's a great locker room, but you can feel it this year. I mean, I know you've been a part of it from the outside, and another level of excitement for you to get in there and really get at it. But we're excited for you to be a part of this. We always talk, it feels like a trade deadline acquisition to get the captain, Boone Jenner, back. And
where can I get a 20 to 25 goal consistent scorer? Right here.
On the wing, though, now, Boone.
Yeah. Yep.
Talk to us about that.
Yeah, it's definitely a little different than the past few years. I think, no matter where I'm going to play, I think you're trying to bring the same things to the game, and obviously it's a different position of different assignments, and you're in your own zone.
It's easier. I was a winger. I never played center, but
it's a bit of an
you don't have the
adjustment.
puck as much.
Yeah, exactly. I think in the center you're kind of more in the play and moving around a little bit more, especially in the D zone. I think in the O zone you can kind of doesn't really matter as much, but face-offs too, you're used to just starting with that face-off and go from there. But on the wing, you're kind of playing a loss, a win, a tie. You're trying to do all three. So there'll be some adjustments, but like I said today, I haven't played wing or center in a while, so either way, it doesn't matter.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Let's talk about playing outside. It's coming up. It's going to be here, really fast. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. I always said, the moment you got hurt, I said, this guy's not missing the outdoor game. There's no way this guy's missing the outdoor game. How excited are you for that event?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty special. I'm happy. I'm not going to lie. Right when it happened too, it was kind of circled, but even Saturday was circled more, and that's really my goal. But no, it'll be special for the city, our fans. The first one in our franchise history. To play it at OSU Stadium, where we've all gone and watched the football games and been a part of that. It'll be so cool to have it in Columbus against Detroit, which if you look at the standings, it's going to be a big game, and super excited. I mean, you saw the gear on today. We were starting to break it in. I think they did a really good job with that, and we're going to pack the shoe and have an ice rink in it. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
I love the helmet. Can you guys keep those helmets for the rest of the year with the huge numbers on the side?
Help you out?
Oh, it helps me tremendously.
Big time.
Come on, Bob.
I like them too, though. I do like them. I like the other side though with the big logo on
Yes,
it. Yeah, I like that.
I agree with you on that. I was over there yesterday, and they're starting. They don't have the rink up yet, but they're starting to lay it out. How much are you looking forward to actually getting over there and seeing the rink in it? Like you said, you've been there for football games. I know you shot a promo over there before the season started, but to actually go in and see the rink, how much are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, big time. I mean, it's hard to even picture what that's going to be like, but I don't know. I mean, it's 110,000 people. I think just that feeling of going out there outdoors, and then having that many people there, it's going to be so special for us. And I've never been a part of an outdoor game. I know some of us, some of the guys have been. I think Fabro's been in like 5 or 6. He was bragging about, but
Van Riemsdyk 7.
Yeah, exactly. But for a lot of us, it's our first one, so super exciting. I mean, I don't even know what to expect, to be honest with you. I'm just excited to see what it looks like with an ice rink there on the shoe.
I was part of one in Philly, Rangers Philly, and as a player, did you open it up? Is it free reign for your parents, your friends? I mean, what goes into it as a player's perspective? Because it is an event. There's a lot of moving pieces before and after that hockey game.
Yeah, I don't think I had to open it up. I think they were already coming. They were waiting for approval from me, that's for sure. I think, no, it's something special you want to share with them, the family and friends and my parents all be coming down. I got, a lot of my other friends, they're pretty good. They just get their own tickets, and I didn't even know half of them were coming. But it seems like a pretty big crew, and I'm sure a lot of people will have a big crew coming into town, and I think it's going to be the city's going to be buzzing, that's for sure. And it's a big event, and happy to be part of it. I mean, it's getting close to it, so we'll see.
You know, one of the best moments before the game was the family skate. Yeah. You get out there with your family.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
And just kind of cruise around and see everybody just kind of be relaxed, but marveling at being outside on an NHL ice rink. That'll be a neat experience.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of pictures and had friends that have been a part of these games, and always wanted to be a part of one. So for it to finally be here, it'll be a pretty special day. I'm looking forward to that, and then obviously the game.
I'd love to see a scrap in that game.
Yeah.
A scrap or him scrap?
No, he's not going to scrap.
Yeah, just clarify.
Boone's going to get a hat trick.
All right, there we go. Boone, thanks so much for giving us your time today. So happy to have you back. Hope you're on the ice on Saturday against the Blackhawks. Fingers crossed. Looks like you're ready to go. So look forward to seeing you back, buddy, and good luck. Enjoy every moment.
Yeah, looking forward to it, too. Thank you, guys.
All right, that is Boone Jenner, Blue Jackets captain. Stay tuned. We'll come back and wrap up this week's edition of The Inside Edge, presented by First Merchants Bank here on 97.1 The Fan.
The sound of Paul Keels calling a Buckeye game is erotic.
Oh, yes.
Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students.
For a limited time at Speedway, get 2 big pizza slices and your favorite Coca-Cola 20-ounce for only $5 with Speedy Rewards. Choose from classic 3-cheese, pepperoni, or extreme meat pizza. Save big with the $5 meal deal with Speedy Rewards. Only at Speedway. Valid through 3/4/25. See app for full terms.
This is a Craver service announcement. Stop what you're doing and get 10 cheese sliders for a new low price of just $7.99. Your choice of melty American, spicy jalapeno, or cheddar cheese. Only $7.99 for 10 cheese sliders. White Castle. Follow your crave.
At Diamonds Direct, our experts go the extra mile to ensure you have the tools to say I do with absolute confidence. Our promise to you is a completely risk-free shopping experience rooted in transparency, education, and integrity. No pressure, no intimidation, just clarity and confidence in your purchase. But we're about more than just price. Everything is backed by our exclusive guarantees. Put our tools to the test against any competitor, and our expert staff will ensure you get the very best overall value and unforgettable experience. Learn more at diamondsdirect.com. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
This promo is for anyone who likes baseball or America or Terry Francona's scooter. The Reds are on the Fan. Catch all 162 games here on the Fan and 1460 ESPN Columbus and the Fan's HD2. Your home for Reds baseball, the Fan.
Let's talk interest rates. Not that kind of interest. I mean, interest in you. At First Merchants Bank, we are 100% interested in your success. Our bankers provide a level of attentiveness unlike any other. We're here to get to know you and to be a helpful partner in your financial success. Aren't you tired of your bank just saying they care about your business? Make the switch to First Merchants Bank and feel the difference of real, honest interest in you. First Merchants Bank. For a better banking experience, visit firstmerchants.com/switch, helping you prosper.
Need to tackle your next big project? Choose Ohio Cat for unbeatable construction equipment. From bulldozers to excavators, Ohio Cat delivers power, precision, and performance with the quality you expect. And with our one-stop rental shop, you get top-notch equipment with a long-term commitment. Whether it's a quick job or a major build, if you need it, Ohio Cat rents it. Visit ohiocat.com to explore our equipment options and make your next project a success. Ohio Cat, proud partner of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Getting started in hockey has never been easier. The Blue Jackets Learn to Play program, presented by Performance Columbus in association with Moo Express Car Wash and Kroger, is an introductory ice hockey program for boys and girls ages 4 to 10. Classes are held year-round at the Ohio Health Chiller Ice Rinks. Registration includes age-appropriate instruction and head-to-toe equipment, yours to keep. Hockey starts here at bluejackets.com/learn-to-play.
Let's talk interest rates. Not that kind of interest. I mean interest in you. At First Merchants Bank, we are 100% interested in your success. Our bankers provide a level of attentiveness unlike any other. We're here to get to know you and to be a helpful partner in your financial success. Aren't you tired of your bank just saying they care about your business? Make the switch to First Merchants Bank and feel the difference of real, honest interest in you. First Merchants Bank. For a better banking experience, visit firstmerchants.com/switch, helping you prosper.
You're listening to The Inside Edge.
Sponsored by Visit Central Florida.
Here's Bob McElligott and Jody Shelley.
Welcome back to The Inside Edge, presented by First Merchants Bank. It was great to talk with Boone Jenner. I think he's back in Saturday. Jody, don't you think?
Yeah, I think that was it was a soft yes, but that's all he could say right now. And I think there's a little bit of superstition and just a little bit of caution for him, probably not to be disappointed or disappoint anybody else.
Yeah, and he got hurt in practice, and there's still practices before now and then. So hope to see him back out there. The Blue Jackets taking on Chicago on Saturday. I think if you're going to look at a must-win game, I think it's on Saturday, Jody, because the Blue Jackets start the day outside the playoff picture, looking in only by 1 point, and this is a Chicago team that people have been getting points against all year long. I'm not trying to say it's an easy game, because no game is easy, but you've got to get these points.
Yeah, I think that's there's urgency in every game before the break, and that's just how it's been when you're in a playoff race. Of course, it's on the front of your mind when you're approaching these games, and when you look at the schedule, you have to go out there and get right back into it right away and make sure you get the 2 points. And they'll be excited to have Boone back and be back together on the ice. But I agree with you. Yeah, you got to collect these points. So you look at Dallas coming up. What do you think of that? Well, yeah, you have to hope to get some points. But I love the way they played against Dallas when we were there just before the break. So, like you said, there's no easy nights, but. Yes, get sharp quick and make sure you don't lose those 2 points.
Right, and that's the key to it. And this Chicago team is different than the one the Blue Jackets beat 6-3 back on the first day of December, because since then they have fired your former teammate and their head coach, Luke Richardson. They've changed a little bit.
Bedard's been called out publicly for his defensive play.
Absolutely. So they are different. I'm sure they're coming out of the break. Looking forward to being a spoiler coming into this building and making things tough on the Blue Jackets. But, yeah, back to what you just said a moment ago. You've got Chicago Saturday. Dallas comes in on Tuesday. And, you like the way you play against them, but they are a very good team. Yeah. I mean, that's a tough one, no doubt. And then you've got Detroit in back-to-back games, head-to-head. You're sitting just behind Detroit in the standings right now. That's 4 points on the table in those two games. It's a huge week.
Yeah, it's a big week, and you don't want to look back with the five games left in the season and say, boy. And I think this group's been through enough together, the core of this group, to say, like, boy, if we would have won 2 more games, if we just would have. You look at who was it last year? Washington gets in on the last day of the year, and Detroit loses out. And it's one overtime loss that they needed to get in, or one more point, and you don't want to be in that situation. So that's why we're talking about the urgency of these games now, and I think these players understand that. Talking to Boone Jenner, I mean, this is a guy that's been out for almost a year, and he is on every detail of this team, the culture, the standings, the urgency, how they play, where he fits in. They're dialed in, every player that's involved and not. And I'd love to take that away from our conversation with Boone. It just kind of how in tune he is with what he's jumping into here with this team, and he's been. It's good to see that sometimes you get injured, you kind of feel out of it, and you got to ease your way in. These guys that are out are involved, and I think Dean Evason's done a really good job of making sure that leadership group has been involved the entire time with this team.
Let me ask you one more thing before we go. Based on that, for everybody else, Boone's coming back into the lineup now. It is a change to what has been going on here. How do you handle that from that perspective if you're anybody other than Boone Jenner?
You just still take care of your job. I think you get elevated. It's always fun to get a new player in the locker room and a guy that makes an impact on the top six and a guy that's a leader. And how about a guy that's still in the organization? You know what I mean? It's not like you have to make a trade and he's not familiar. This is exciting. And you feed off that player's excitement. But there have been players that have been here trying to show their best, understanding that players are coming back. And that's why you've seen some really good Putia. You know, he got sent down. He's not in the mix right now. These players have tried to show that they are an NHL hockey player. And with guys coming back, it's a tryout every day. So that's the sign of an organization with good depth, and that's what they have here in Columbus. And as a player, having a player like Boone come back, exactly what I said, energized, excited, and I think elevated.
Yeah, I think so, too. We saw him skating with Cole Sillinger and Kent Johnson.
Yeah.
Whether that is a line on Saturday or not, we'll wait to be seen.
I'm sure it will be.
Yeah.
You've been around long enough to know.
I would say Boone's a top six guy, and that would be a top six. You can't put your
captain in. Yeah, no. He comes back, the captain's in the top six.
Yeah.
And Van Riemsdyk slides down on that fourth line. They only have 11 forwards here right now. So Van Riemsdyk's on that wing with Corrali. And he's been serviceable. He's picked up, I think, 11 points in his last 12 games.
It's been great.
Yeah. But he's got to understand that's kind of where he's at right now with this team, and he'll work his way into situations, second power play unit. But, yeah, I mean, competition is great. It's excellent. The question for me is, how does Elvis come back?
Yeah, that's
I think every team has got that question, right? Because you just had a break. You can't simulate what's happening during the games. And I think Elvis found that rhythm in the last 30 games, right? So how does he come back? That, to me, is a big factor here because there has been moments where he's really kept them in the game.
Yeah, that is a great point, and one that we obviously didn't talk about. So
we just did.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you addressed it. Bam, right there. We'll find out on Saturday. Jody, great to have you back.
Yeah, Bob, thank you very much.
All right, that's going to do it for this week's edition of The Inside Edge, presented by First Merchants Bank. Thanks to Boone Jenner for being on with us. Saturday, the Blue Jackets take on the Chicago Blackhawks. Pregame coverage starts right here on 97.1 at 6:30 on Saturday night. For Jody Shelley, I'm Bob McElligott. So long, and thanks for listening to 97.1 The Fan.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
These days, it feels like everyone is talking about how the American dream of homeownership has become out of reach for so many of us. Well, Rocket is trying to give us more of a chance to own our homes. They're making homeownership simpler and more accessible to more people, turning renters into owners. Rocket believes that every one of us deserves a shot at the American dream. So, are you ready? Own the dream. Visit Rocket.com or call 800-4ROCKET.
Why pay more for prescriptions? Stop overpaying and start saving with SingleCare. It's easy. Find your prescription on SingleCare.com, show the coupon at the pharmacy, and start saving. SingleCare works at pharmacies nationwide and is completely free to use, whether you have insurance or not. So the next time you fill a prescription, check SingleCare to make sure you're getting the best price. Take control of your prescription costs. Go to SingleCare.com or download the free app today.
How'd you like to wipe out all that credit card debt to start the new year off right? Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Stop getting fleeced by the credit card companies. If you own your home, go to AFLcash.com now. Advantage First Lending can help you unlock that equity and get you tens, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's AFLcash.com. You can pay off all your credit cards and other high-interest debt super fast. Consolidate all your bills into one low monthly payment. AFLcash.com can help you tap into your home's equity to give you some serious cash so you can go into 2025 with less stress and more confidence. Get the cash you need from Advantage First Lending now. Most homeowners don't even need an appraisal. How great is that? Get on solid financial footing. Go to AFLcash.com. That's AFLcash.com or call 844-394-CASH. 844-394-CASH.
Equal Housing Lender. NMLS 1209177. Subject to lender approval. NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best-in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And free fitness training to help you mix up your routine. Plus, most clubs are open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends February 28th. See Home Club for details.
That's are us. When dreams sunk in, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 380-225-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams sunk in.